Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news, let's head outside and take a look outside our weather window from this afternoon and a beautiful shot from the Upper Valley. This is Lake Wenatchee. You can see Kaler Glen Golf Course at the bottom of your screen, of course, covered in white right now. And you can also see clouds moving in. That's ahead of the storm system we've been talking about all week. And by the time we get into overnight tonight and into Saturday, we're talking heavy snow in the Cascades, and that will impact travel not only from Coles Corner to Stevens Pass, but also Spokane into Lookout Pass. If you're heading that way, we might even see some light freezing rain around our area and along I-90 to Moses Lake. So it's going to be messy tonight and tomorrow. We'll talk more weather coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Area schools found themselves having to respond once again to a social media threat today. A 2021 GMC Canyon pickup burst into flames after colliding with another vehicle off Interstate 90 near George yesterday morning. And Michael McCourt, the former East Wenatchee Water and Sewer Commissioner who pleaded guilty to child molestation in 2018, has been released after serving almost 3 years and 9 months in prison. But first, our top story tonight. Jurors began deliberating yesterday and continue today in the trial of James Lawrence Jackson Smith. He's accused of trying to strangle a Wenatchee hotel worker to death. The 33-year-old Michigan man is accused of attacking and choking a 23-year-old front desk employee who came to his Super 8 hotel room in May to fix a clogged toilet. Once she was there, Jackson Smith allegedly seized her from behind and attempted to choke her. He's been in Chelan County Jail since that day, charged with attempted murder, first-degree assault, and kidnapping. On the stand yesterday, he claimed he was defending himself when he fought with the woman. The alleged victim testified he attacked her without provocation, and she feared for her life. If convicted of attempted murder, Jackson Smith faces a possible 20 years in prison. In the event of a verdict, you can find updates at ncwlife.com. Well, area schools found themselves having to respond once again to a social media threat today. This time they were notified of the threat by the statewide Terrorism Intelligence Center, which said a TikTok video that circulated nationally was encouraging acts of violence at every school in the country on Friday, December 17th. The Wenatchee School District said they do not consider the threat to be credible, but as an added precaution, there wasn't an increased police presence at the district schools today. Meanwhile, Eastmont School District also said there would be an increased police presence at schools today and said if parents decided to keep their kids home, it would be considered an excused absence. Schools from throughout the state and country also took extra precautions today. In other news, a 2021 GMC Canyon pickup burst into flames after colliding with another vehicle off Interstate 90 near George yesterday morning. The Washington State Patrol said nobody was injured in the collision near Highway 281. Trooper John Bryant said the driver of the GMC pickup was cited for running into the back of the Tahoe shortly after 8 a.m. as the driver was slowing for a semi making a turn. Michael McCourt, the former East Wenatchee Water and Sewer Commissioner who pleaded guilty to child molestation in 2018, has been released after serving almost 3 years and 9 months in prison. The State Department of Corrections says McCourt, who's 81, was released Wednesday from Airway Heights Correction Center near Spokane. He was sentenced in Douglas County Court for molesting an 8-year-old boy 6 years ago. During the investigation by East Wenatchee Police, 4 other adult survivors came forward to say they too had been sexually abused by McCourt when they were children. Now that he's free, McCourt will be supervised by DOC for the remainder of his life. He was president and a 22-year member of the East Wenatchee Water District Board at the time of his arrest and previously served as chairman of the Douglas County Republican Party. His late wife, Sandra McCourt, was an East Wenatchee City Council member. Coming up next, 3 men who stole an estimated $76,000 worth of marijuana from an Okanagan County cannabis shop will not have to pay that amount back to their victim. Chelan County PUD has completed its rebuild of 4 miles of transmission line in the Chelan Valley that will make it less susceptible to wildfire. And in what has become a holiday tradition, the Washington State Department of Transportation has begun rolling out its Christmas-themed reader boards. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think there's something the matter with him.
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived.
Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious?
No, he's not. He's not.
Okay. Take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
Mary Maids of Wenatchee has been professionally cleaning and sanitizing homes and businesses in North Central Washington since 1998. Mary Maids uses commercial-grade cleaners and viricides. Mary Maids has implemented additional safety and sanitation protocols. They are strictly following CDC guidelines for the safety of their clients and employees. For expert help with cleaning and sanitizing your home or business, call or look up Mary Maids of Wenatchee to schedule your free estimate today.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Welcome back. In another news, 3 men who stole an estimated $76,000 worth of marijuana from an Okanagan County cannabis shop will not have to pay that amount back to their victim. Joseph Jones, Thomas Robertson, and Nathaniel Moen broke into a storage trailer in December of 2015 and took at least 3 garbage bags full of the product. They pleaded guilty and were ordered to pay a total of $76,000 in restitution. But the State Court of Appeals says the Okanagan County Prosecutor's Office failed to ask for that restitution within the 180-day period required by law. All 3 have served their sentences, but the ruling means the court-ordered damages don't have to be repaid. The prosecutor has the option to appeal the higher court's decision to the state Supreme Court. Chelan County PUD has completed its rebuild of 4 miles of transmission line in the Chelan Valley that will make it less susceptible to wildfire. PUD crews replaced 34 structures between Chelan Falls and Union Valley from July to December at a cost of $2.7 million. The line burned down in a 2015 wildfire that knocked out power to about 3,500 customers for 36 hours before crews could restore power. The PUD said the new high-voltage transmission line uses a fire-resistant steel designed to protect the grid from the threat of wildfires. Well, in what has become a holiday tradition, the Washington State Department of Transportation has begun rolling out its Christmas-themed reader boards. This year, you'll find a subtle reference to the movie A Christmas Story and the famously mispronounced word on the crate containing the infamous leg lamp. In addition, Santa Claus always makes an appearance this time of year with an apparent green light to break speed limit laws. But motorists are reminded that doesn't apply to them. And motorists are advised they could end up on the wrong Santa list if they're using their phones while driving. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Somewhere behind these doors is a family member, often alone, taking care of a loved one with Alzheimer's or some other disability, or providing care for a loved one who is not ill but only aging and no longer able to care for themselves. In the field of caregiving, this is the home front. For the home is where most Americans will live out their last days. Contact Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington for a variety of services, including caregiving, meals, and medication help.
This holiday season, let Wild Birds Unlimited help you deliver something truly special to friends and loved ones. The gift of bird feeding. Even if you can't be together in person this year, a busy backyard bird feeder will bring a little smile and a little connection with you. We're here for you with safe, convenient shopping, whether it's in-store, at curbside, or when you order online. Wild Birds Unlimited. Joy delivered.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Are you wanting high-speed internet but don't have access to PUD fiber? Try Sky-Fi high-speed wireless internet from LocalTel. Call 888-8888 today.
For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to ncwlife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-2020. Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's features story, a supplemental state budget proposed Thursday by Governor Jay Inslee would put about $600 million into a rainy day fund for future emergencies. It would also expand state investments in housing and resources for homeless and impoverished Washingtonians. An estimated 1.7 million people in the state face food, financial, or housing insecurity. Meanwhile, state Republicans say the budget is on track to be billions of dollars ahead, so the governor should propose some form of tax relief.
We know we have a homelessness crisis. We have taken action on that, but we know that it continues to haunt us. So I'm proposing an additional $815 million to obtain safe, secure, and hygienic housing for Washingtonians. So I'm putting forward a package that will help nearly 1.7 million Washingtonians who can use a hand, who are struggling to make ends meet. My supplemental budget puts $248 million in state and federal funds toward poverty reduction. This package will help people find employment and empower folks to build assets and wealth. It increases educational opportunities, and importantly, it improves health. Now, in conjunction with my budget proposal, I'm issuing an executive order requiring the Department of Social Health Services to chair a poverty reduction subcabinet to help us focus on this long-term effort. This subcabinet will help pinpoint system failures in addressing poverty. It will recommend further budget and policy proposals and implement economic incentives.
We need to look at this. With inflation at nearly a 40-year high, we need to start thinking about what we can do for our constituents. Property tax relief and repealing the long-term care program, that is so fraught with problems. There's been about 22 tax increases for the last 3 sessions, raising $40 billion over the course of 10 years. So I'm really disappointed.
Let's take a look now at your North Central Washington weather forecast with the weekend now in sight. Yeah, and we have a storm just ready to move in on us. Here's a good example of that as we take a look from our Sky-Fi tower camera up at Lake Wenatchee, and you can see some low clouds moving into the mountains, and that's what we've been seeing throughout the afternoon in the Cascades, and that means snow as we move into tonight. We'll talk more about that in a second, but first things first, 30, our unofficial high temperature today, and that is below our normal, which I believe is 34 degrees this time of year. Wouldn't it be nice if it was 52? 64 record high, that was set back in 1998. 26 the overnight low, so we didn't warm up all that much today. 29 is our normal low temperature, and boy, one of the colder readings we've ever recorded here in the Wenatchee area. It was in 1964. 12 degrees below zero. We did pick up another trace of precipitation. We didn't expect that little snow last night. Didn't amount to a whole lot. We're still at 6.8 inches since October 1st. Sunrise this morning was at 7:43 and the sun set this afternoon at 4:11. Let's take a look at your Saturday temperatures, and it's going to be a messy one out there. Temperatures will kind of reflect that in between a rain-snow mixed temperature, especially over in the Columbia Basin. 37 Moses Lake, 36 in Ephrata, and 35 the high in Quincy. We'll just be slightly cooler than that here in the Wenatchee Valley, about 34 here in Wenatchee, 33 in Cashmere, and 33 as well for you folks in the Entiat and Chelan areas. As we get you to tonight, cloudy skies. Here's our big driver of weather right now. It's also being fueled by another area of low pressure and an atmospheric river that's pointed right at the Pacific Northwest. So expect snow showers to begin late tonight, and then Saturday, here it is. It's going to be a mess. This is at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Expect snow showers, more snow at 2 p.m., and then this wave of moisture moves our way. So by 10 p.m., we could be seeing some rain-snow mix, and it even could be heavy at times. On Sunday, kind of a break from all of that. Partly cloudy skies, scattered showers, but I think most of that will move to the southeast. We'll see high temperatures very mild on Sunday into the upper 30s. And then on Monday, here's our next round of storminess and this giant area of low pressure as it brings snow into our area. This will especially be in the morning commute hours on Monday. High temperatures in the mid-30s with a 60% chance for snow. Once again, a bit of a break on Tuesday. Partly cloudy skies here in north central Washington with high temperatures mainly in the mid-30s. But this area of low pressure, it's not done with us yet. It's going to move up to the northern, or I should say southern part of British Columbia, and that will make for a very wet Wednesday, a 50% chance of snow with highs once again in the mid-50s. Keep in mind these yellow colors, very heavy rain. Western Washington could pick up to 4 inches of rain from all of this. But Thursday, going to be pretty messy too. Mostly cloudy skies, a 50% chance of snow with highs only in the low to mid-30s. And I'll tell you what, folks, looking ahead to Christmas Day and New Year's Eve and Christmas Day, or Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, I should say, it looks like an even bigger storm is headed our way. Let's take a look now at that 7-day forecast. 23 overnight tonight. Going to be a wet one tomorrow, and it could even be some freezing rain, so be very careful traveling around the area tomorrow. 34 our high temperature. A break from all the storminess on Tuesday, or Sunday rather, and 37. 60% chance for snow on Monday with the break for Tuesday, and then back to the wet stuff once again on Wednesday and Thursday. Mostly cloudy to cloudy skies both days. A 50% chance of snow with high temperatures in the mid-30s. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm Dr. Wayne Latimer. I'm a chiropractic physician. I have postgraduate certifications in both whiplash, trauma and rehab, as well as sports medicine. The location is great. The light and the visibility, the 17-foot ceilings are fantastic. You can go into a lot of clinics, and it's very clinical. People really like the spa environment, so my whole premise was take a spa environment, add the very serious rehab, and give people an enjoyable way to get better over time.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa's trade-in program. You can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa today.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it in the radio or seeing it in the newspaper, I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Friday to you. The Wenatchee Wild got off to a good start on a 3-game homestand against Merritt last night. The home squad came away with a 6-1 win over the Centennials at the Town Toyota Center. Kate Littler got the scoring going in the first period as the Wild took a 1-0 lead into the second. Sean Ziers had the call on Hockey TV.
Controlled by Wenatchee. Left point overlay. Wrister, and it's saved. Rebound, shot, score! The second rebound did the trick. And Wenatchee with a 2-0 lead. And guess who it is? Brazen Bozer. Controlled by Wenatchee, off the stick, and now, nice move, in, shot, score. Wow. That was a nice play as Merritt has cut the lead in half. It is now 2-1. Back to the point, Gasparini. To the other end, Somoza. Now Somoza. Back to Gasparini. Gasparini with the blast, and he scores! Littler may get credit on that. We'll see if he was able to get the rebound in, or did Gasparini put it through the 5-hole of Weir. Gasparini shoots, goes wide of the net. Somoza picks it up in the left wing, in behind the net. Littler, here's Parker with a shot, and he scores off the rebound! Landon Parker! Bozer skates over to Overly, now to the left point. Wrister, score! What a blast! Jared Sidlowski. He put everything behind that shot. And then it's controlled, and now a 2-on-1. Somoza and Bond. Bond, shot, score! Great pass from Ian Somoza over to Owen Bond. And Bond was able to beat Weir's stick side. Puck goes out of the zone, and that'll do it. Wenatchee with a decisive 6-1 victory over Merritt.
Yeah, good night for the Wild last night. Two teams go at it again tonight at 7:05, then tomorrow at 6 o'clock at the Town Toyota Center. You can get your tickets at WenatcheeWildHockey.com. Seattle Kraken return home for a game tomorrow night at Climate Pledge Arena. Seattle welcomes Edmonton to Seattle for a 7 o'clock puck drop. Oilers 17-11-0 on the season, 4th in the Pacific Division. Kraken take up the bottom spot in that division at 10-16-3. You can see the action on Root Sports Northwest. Turning our attention to the Les Schwab scoreboard from last night, starting off in boys basketball. Omak dumped Cascade 67-41. Quincy quieted Cashmere by a final of 65-44. Lake Roosevelt rolled Liberty Bell 52-44. Moses Lake Christian down Cascade Christian 68-22. And Entiat beat Bridgeport 63-49. Girls play. Omak topped Cascade 43-23. Cashmere blew out Quincy 53-15. Lake Roosevelt beat Liberty Bell 73-29. Moses Lake Christian crushed Cascade Christian 52-14. Bridgeport Bridgeport edged Entiat 49-44. Also some scores on the mats last night. Quincy beat Chelan. Cascade edged Omak. Omak topped Chelan. Quincy beat Cascade. That was all up in Omak last night. And it was Ellensburg downing Ephrata 52-30. Turning to the mats tomorrow, here's the schedule. Wenatchee travels to Yakima for the Cadet Classic at Eisenhower High School. That begins at 8:30 in the morning. Quincy, Manson, Liberty Bell, Chelan, Cascade, and 9 other teams gather at Kashmir for the Kashmir Invite. That starts at 10 o'clock. Girls basketball schedule for tonight. Wenatchee's at Davis, while Moses Lake hosts Eisenhower. That's coming up at 5:45. 6 o'clock games have Othello at Ephrata, Brewster's at Okanagan, Pateras welcomes Waterville Mansfield, Bridgeport visits Easton, and Manson's at Tonasket. Coming up tomorrow for the ladies, it's Quincy at Tonasket at 3:30, while Omak hosts Medical Lake. Cheney's at Wenatchee, and Pateras is at Cle Elum. Roslyn Brewster visits Liberty of Spangle at 4 o'clock as Waterville Mansfield hosts Wilbur Creston. We'll have Eastmont and Moses Lake girls at 4:45 tomorrow. Grant and I will have the call on that. 6 o'clock, Fred is at Ellensburg, Chelan's at Omak, and Liberty Bell is at Manson. Turning to the boys' action, first of all for tonight, it's Riverside Christian at Entiat at 6. Later at 7:30, Wenatchee at Davis, Moses Lake hosting Eisenhower, Brewster's at Okanagan, Freda is hosting Othello, Waterville Mansfield visits Pateras, and Manson's in Tonasket. Coming up tomorrow, it actually gets underway at 5 o'clock. Quincy is at Tonasket, Omak hosting Medical Lake. Wenatchee hosts Cheney at 5:15. Wilbur Creston and Waterville Mansfield get underway at 5:30, as will Brewster and Liberty Spangle. We'll have Eastmont and Moses Lake starting at 6:30 here on the NCW Life channel. 7:30, Chelan at Okanagan, and Manson hosting Liberty Bell. On the Les Schwab Women's College basketball scoreboard last night, it was 6th-ranked Louisville beating Eastern Kentucky 82-38. Kiana Smith led the Cardinals with 22 points. Haley Van Lith came off the bench to score 13. On the women's schedule this weekend, Washington State plays at 20th-ranked BYU tomorrow morning at 11. Washington hosts Eastern Washington at 2. Then on Sunday, it's the big matchup. Haley's Louisville Cardinals take on 7th-ranked UConn at 12:30 on ESPN. Gonzaga women travel to make that UC Davis at 2 o'clock on ESPN+. The men's schedule gets underway tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. on CBS. 5th-ranked Gonzaga takes on number 25 Texas Tech. Washington State hosts Northern Colorado at 1 o'clock on the Pac-12 network. Washington takes on Seattle University at 7 p.m. That's also on the Pac-12 network. Hey, the FCS Championship Semifinal starts tonight. They'll continue with that tomorrow. North Dakota State hosts James Madison tonight at 6:15. You can watch it on ESPN2. Then tomorrow morning at 11, I know Grant's interested in this one. South Dakota State taking on Montana State. You can watch that game on ESPN2. That is where Grant will all be watching. Seahawks game with the Rams that was scheduled for Sunday has now been moved to Tuesday because of a COVID-19 outbreak. NFL announced today that Seattle and Los Angeles will play on Tuesday at 4 o'clock after 25 Rams players and 2 Seahawks tested positive for COVID this week. In addition, Cleveland's game with the Raiders has been moved from Saturday to Monday, and the Eagles and Washington will now play Tuesday at 4 o'clock as well. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom. I'll be out there at Hooked on Toys tonight and tomorrow morning. Come on by. It's the last chance to help out the Community Toy Drive presented by Les Schwab. And we'll see you on Monday, too, or maybe basketball tomorrow. Either way, have a great weekend. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric, and go Bobcats. Now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up Monday morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. Monday, we wrap up autumn. Yeah, Monday is the last day of autumn. The winter solstice comes your way on Tuesday, so we'll begin Christmas week festivities here in Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with a visit from Bonnie Orr. She always comes on the equinoxes and the solstices. Your winter gardening tips with Bonnie will come your way on Monday. We'll wrap up the weekend that was in sports and get you ready for Christmas week. We're going to be in the Christmas spirit. We hope you will too by joining us Monday morning at 7 a.m. live and local right here. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And that is going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great weekend.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Join us each week as the NCW Tech Alliance team networks with individuals driving change in technology, entrepreneurship, and STEM education. Their nonprofit mission is to connect people and technology resources to create a thriving community. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE channel.